Welcome to Explore Ages, where we embark on a journey through the vast expanse of history, uncovering the stories and figures that have shaped our world. In this video, we pay tribute to one of the most influential leaders of the Muslim world, a man who dedicated his life not only to the fight for justice, but also to the liberation of the oppressed. His unwavering commitment to human rights, his relentless pursuit of peace, and his vision for a better future marked him as a beacon of hope for millions. Today, we delve into the legacy of a leader whose name became synonymous with resilience, courage, and the tireless quest for freedom. Through this exploration, we'll take a closer look at his life and the events that shaped his journey, uncovering the complex challenges he faced and the profound impact of his leadership. We'll explore how his actions resonated not only in his time, but also in the hearts of generations to come, inspiring countless others to continue the struggle for justice and equality. Join us as we reflect on the life of this extraordinary leader, whose story is a testament to the power of conviction, the fight for dignity, and the unbreakable spirit of those who dare to stand against tyranny. If you enjoyed this video and found it meaningful, please like, subscribe, and share to support more stories of inspiring figures like Yasser Arafat. Yasser Arafat was born on August 24, 1929, in Cairo, Egypt, to Palestinian parents. His father, a merchant, had moved to Egypt during the early part of the 20th century. Arafat's early years were marked by the absence of his father, who left the family when he was just a child. He was raised by his mother, and his formative years were shaped by the Palestinian diaspora and the growing political tensions surrounding the Palestinian cause. Though Arafat grew up in Egypt, he always felt a deep connection to Palestine, the land of his parents, and was influenced by the plight of Palestinians during the 1948 Arab-Israeli War, when hundreds of thousands of Palestinians were displaced following the establishment of the State of Israel. This event profoundly impacted Arafat's worldview and ignited his passion for Palestinian nationalism. In 1959, Yasser Arafat co-founded Fatah, meaning conquest in Arabic, a Palestinian nationalist political and militant organization. Fatah aimed to liberate Palestine through armed struggle and resistance to Israeli occupation. The organization quickly gained traction among Palestinians who were frustrated by the lack of action from Arab governments to support the Palestinian cause. Arafat's role in Fatah was pivotal. He became its leader and began organizing guerrilla operations against Israel. His leadership within Fatah allowed him to develop a reputation as a skilled and committed revolutionary, focused on liberating Palestine. The group's military activity and resistance campaigns helped raise awareness about the Palestinian issue on the global stage. By 1969, Arafat's political influence had grown, and he became the chairman of the Palestine Liberation Organization, PLO. The PLO was initially established in 1964 with the goal of creating a Palestinian state, but it lacked unity and direction. Under Arafat's leadership, the PLO became a more cohesive and effective representative of the Palestinian people. He transformed the PLO into a political body with the legitimacy to speak for Palestinians worldwide. Arafat's tenure at the helm of the PLO was marked by his continued pursuit of armed struggle and his efforts to unite the various Palestinian factions under the same banner. The PLO, under his leadership, became an essential player in international diplomacy and resistance movements, gaining support from various Arab countries and other global powers. Throughout the 1970s and 1980s, Arafat faced numerous challenges, including being forced into exile by Israeli military actions. The most notable event was the Siege of Beirut in 1982, during which Israeli forces attempted to eliminate the PLO's base of operations. This marked the beginning of Arafat's exile, as he was forced to leave Lebanon and eventually took refuge in Tunisia, where the PLO set up its new headquarters. While in exile, Arafat became an internationally recognized leader. His diplomatic efforts included addressing the United Nations and engaging with world leaders. In 1974, he became the first representative of a non-state to address the UN General Assembly, where he famously declared, "I come bearing an olive branch and a freedom fighter's gun." This speech cemented Arafat's status as the face of Palestinian resistance on the world stage. Arafat's role in the peace process was transformative. Despite his history of armed struggle, he recognized that the future of Palestine required negotiations and diplomacy. In 1993, after years of secret negotiations, Arafat, Israeli Prime Minister Yitzhak Rabin, and Israeli Foreign Minister Shimon Peres signed the Oslo Accords, a landmark agreement that led to mutual recognition between Israel and the Palestinian Liberation Organization. The Accords established a framework for Palestinian self-rule in parts of the West Bank and Gaza and created the Palestinian Authority, PA. The Oslo Accords were a historic step towards a two-state solution and peace between Israelis and Palestinians. For his efforts in achieving this breakthrough, Arafat was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize in 1994, along with Rabin and Peres. This recognition of Arafat was a pivotal moment in his career, as it acknowledged his commitment to seeking peace despite the immense challenges. In 1994, following the Oslo Accords, Arafat returned to Palestine after decades of exile. His arrival in Gaza was a momentous occasion for Palestinians, marking the beginning of self-rule in parts of the West Bank and Gaza. He was elected the first president of the Palestinian Authority in 1996, a position he held until his death. Arafat's return to Palestine symbolized a victory for Palestinian nationalists and a turning point in their struggle for self-determination. He worked tirelessly to establish the foundations of a Palestinian state, building institutions and advocating for Palestinian rights on the global stage. While Arafat's return to Palestine signaled hope for peace, the implementation of the Oslo Accords faced numerous obstacles. Violent clashes between Israeli forces and Palestinian militants, alongside continued Israeli settlement expansion in the West Bank, eroded trust between the two sides. In 2000, the failure of peace talks at Camp David and the subsequent Israeli visit by then Israeli opposition leader Ariel Sharon to the Al-Aqsa Mosque sparked the Second Intifada, a period of intense violence and unrest. Arafat's leadership during this time was contested, as some Palestinians viewed him as not doing enough to halt the violence, while others saw him as the only figure who could lead the resistance against Israeli actions. During the Second Intifada, Arafat became a symbol of Palestinian defiance, but his relationship with the Israeli government soured, and he was effectively isolated. His compound in Ramallah was besieged by Israeli forces, and he was confined to the building for much of the final years of his life. Arafat's health began to deteriorate in late 2004. After falling ill under mysterious circumstances, he was transferred to a French hospital for treatment, but never regained his health. On November 11, 2004, Yasser Arafat passed away at the age of 75. His death marked the end of an era for Palestinian politics and the struggle for an independent state. The exact cause of his illness remains a subject of speculation and controversy, with some believing he was poisoned, though an official investigation has not conclusively proven this. Regardless, his passing was met with widespread mourning among Palestinians, as Arafat had become a beloved figure, both a symbol of hope and a figure of complex legacy. Yasser Arafat's legacy remains a topic of debate. To many Palestinians, he is regarded as a hero who dedicated his life to their freedom and dignity. He is remembered for his unwavering commitment to Palestinian sovereignty and his role in uniting the Palestinian people, even in the face of great adversity. However, his leadership was also marked by internal divisions within Palestinian politics, and critics have pointed to his inability to fully implement the peace process or halt violent acts from militants during the Second Intifada. Yet, his contribution to raising the Palestinian issue on the international stage cannot be denied. Arafat's legacy lives on in the Palestinian Authority and the ongoing struggle for Palestinian independence. His efforts laid the groundwork for future generations to continue fighting for a free and peaceful Palestine. Today, he is remembered not just as a leader, but as a symbol of resilience, dedication, and the unyielding desire for justice. Yasser Arafat's life teaches us profound lessons about perseverance, leadership, and the power of standing up for one's beliefs, no matter the obstacles. His unwavering dedication to his people's cause, even in the face of exile, conflict, and personal sacrifice, shows that true leadership is not defined by ease, but by the ability to maintain vision and hope in the darkest times. Arafat's efforts remind us that the pursuit of justice and peace requires both courage and a willingness to engage in difficult conversations, even when the road to resolution seems long and uncertain. His legacy encourages us to understand that change takes time and commitment, but through unity, determination, and resilience, lasting progress can be made. The lessons he left behind are not just for Palestinians, but for all who seek a world built on fairness, respect, and the pursuit of peace. Thank you for watching and reflecting with us on the legacy of Yasser Arafat. If you found this story inspiring, please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon so you never miss out on future content. Share this video with others to keep the conversation going, and feel free to comment below with your thoughts or questions. Your support helps us bring more important stories to light. Stay tuned for more stories that shape our world.